Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. We've got a K2 Mindbender 106C for you today. This ski returns structurally unchanged from last year when it was new. We do get a graphic update, nice cool base graphic here to go along with it. So fresh new look for this 106C, and really a ski that kind of caught our eye last year as a really strong soft snow performer that still maintains a good amount of directional playfulness to it. It's not a hard charger, it's not the most aggressive ski out there. It is super maneuverable, very floaty, extremely fun, and surprisingly versatile. I think that's one of the things that kind of jumped out to me. We got out on it a snowy day last year, and then a nice sunny spring day this year where it kind of went from firm to soft throughout the day. So like last year on a snowy day, certainly no issues with this 106C, following in the footsteps of, even just the wider Mindbender 116C in terms of having some pretty long rocker and good taper to it for soft snow flotation. It was excellent in the powder, no issues there whatsoever. I think I've been most surprised with this ski in a soft on-trail format and in the woods. So those are two highlights of this ski for sure. This was a choice of mine to ski this. We did kind of a fun little experiment this past year. Jeff was all the way across the road at Spruce Peak shooting with a long distance zoom. He might put the footage in now. And we had to ski lift line top to bottom, which is a very long and steep trail. This was my choice for a ski for that, especially with spring and wider space bumps. So really interesting kind of, conditions and an application. This 106C handled that really well. Didn't get too tired because it's easy to turn, and just had a really good time overall. It's super maneuverable and easy to ski. But yeah, you don't want to let it run too hard, too fast in firmer snow. That's where something like the 108 Ti makes more sense. But this thing is certainly a soft snow, high performance machine with just a lot of fun and a surprising amount of versatility. It is built with an aspen microblock wood core, a nice energetic and poppy wood. And then they get K2's carbon spectral braiding. So as a directional ski, they use a tighter weave, more horizontal in their laminates in the front, and then more longitudinal in the back. And what that does is it gives the ski a good initiation phase, and then it gives it a nice poppy and energetic finish to the end. So they kind of alter the flex with those carbon stringers. The very end of the tail is actually pretty stiff, while the flex of the shovel is a lot more engaging. So it's really interesting to see how those different angles of their carbon weave affect the ski's character. And in this 106C, it really makes the ski easy to turn and then nice and poppy out of the tail. So really cool stuff from K2 in that regard. They're not the lightest skis. I had mentioned they're easy to turn, but they're not feathers. Normally we think of a carbon powered ski as being a little bit lighter. This ski in the 183 is 2,163 grams. So we are north of that 2,000 gram mark, but it doesn't feel that way on your feet. And that's kind of one of the interesting things. And a lot of that has to do with how the ski is shaped and profiled. So pretty flat camber underfoot. There's not a whole lot going on there. That kind of contributes to the ski's drifty style. And then we see a lot of camber, rocker. So it starts well down here, nice and smooth, gradual. Not a ton of splay. I think that adds to the smoothness of the ski because your effective edge length is a little bit longer, even in kind of a shallower edge angle. And then tail rocker's pretty ample as well, long. It starts all the way down here. So when you paired that long rocker with that slightly stiffer tail flex, and then this taper shape here, that gives you excellent maneuverability. Just incredibly easy to steer, and is very agile for the width and the weight. And that's what makes it a great tree ski, is you're able to kind of steer around the trees and just make it super easy and incredibly fun. Slightly longer turn radius in this ski as well. 19 meters here in the 183. This is actually the length that I like. I've been on the 189 as well, and that's kind of a lot to handle. I think that in wider open spaces and maybe deeper snow, I could get along with it, but you know, I'm 6'2", and I kind of prefer this ski in the 183. It's a lot of surface area, and we're almost at 2,200 grams, so there's not really a need to upsize unless you're looking for that specifically. But yeah, one of the more fun skis in spring snow, powder, trees, anything soft. This 106C is an absolute blast, total delight to ski. Make sure you check this thing out here at skiessentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.